Here's my audience. Did you know that advocates for youth state that 70% of teens have already had sex? I personally have seen how the lack of sex education can affect teens and how important it is to have it in their education. Breaking down compulsory comprehensive sex education, or how I'll refer to it as CCSE, compulsory is the legal or mandatory thing that is set into place. Comprehensive sex education is a rights-based approach to sex education that gives people the knowledge and skills to have a positive outlook on their sexuality, both mentally and physically. Without CCSE, teens can lack this type of factors and knowledge, and this can lead to negative outlooks on their life. This speech will cover how CCSE is not something that should be left out of teens' education, how it can benefit all different types of teens, and how it can lead to positive outlooks in their health and their safety. With the first piece being why not. CCSE is not something that should be left out of teens' education. Sadlowski from Advocates for Youth states that 40% of teens have already had sex, 34% of them still being active, and those active, half of them do not wear protection, and 77% of them are not on birth control. This can lead to a negative impact in their health and safe sex, which leads to the next point in being that CCSE can benefit all different types of teenagers. CCSE is not just a regular sex education because it covers sexualities, rapes, saying no, STDs, and all forms of sex and gender. Anyone can fall at risk to these factors, but the LGBT community is more at risk. Sadlowski also states that 82% of the LGBT community experienced harassment, 38% of them being physically harassed. Along with outside risk, inside risk also state that 87% of gay young sexually active men account for the HIV cases. Another concern of health and safety in teens and young adults is rape and sexual assault. Greenwald Law documented how students are at higher risk during their first semesters of college, as 50% of rapes happen through August and November. Christopher Pepper, a health education content specialist, explains if students were giving CCSU during their high school experience, they were 50% less likely to experience sexual assault. So when you send your teenagers into college, it is important for them to have this different education. A world with CCSE would be one better fitted to all different types of families. It's a safer life for teens. You have progressive comfortability with the LGBT community with not just regular sex education. You leave teenagers being safe and not scared of sex with a positive attitude. You have lower STD rates, and you also have less assaults and rapes, especially on campus after you're sending them to college after high school. Compulsory comprehensive sex education is one that should not be left out of your teens' education. It is something that benefits all different types of teens, and it benefits them in their health and their safety. Caring about your youth safety is not what many think. Many think it might be parental controls, cameras, discipline, or even maybe the fear of having sex. But it starts with the correct information for how to live a healthy sex life. You could take action in your future youth education by spreading knowledge in local boards and advocating for this very information I'm giving you, as the benefits of CCSE are heavy.